So this makes sense, right? X has to be, or my unknown value has to be somewhere between -4 and 6. So that's what's graphed here. And next I have one more of the same kind of problem. X can be less than or equal to 2.5. Or, right, here's that word or, the one that I'm looking for at least. Or X can also be greater than 6. So remember, if it has the word or, it doesn't make as much sense to make a compound, like a large compound inequality out of it. Looks like both my numbers are positive here, guys. 2.5 and 6. X is less than or equal to 2.5, so shaded circle pointing left here. And X is greater than 6, open circle pointing right. Done deal on that one. Sorry, that got cut off there. It's that. There you go. You gotta look at the whole thing now. So. Okay, guys. So moving right along to the next thing, compound inequalities. We have to get both inequalities and solve both, and then we'll graph also. Notice I'm splitting this one into two separate inequalities. The first one is -3 is less than or equal to m minus 4. The second one is going to be, again, take the middle with the left side. That's one inequality. Then take the middle with the right side. And you might say, well, what's the middle? Well, I know the middle is the part, whatever's there, whatever is between the two inequality symbols is the middle. So here's my second inequality. So break it into two separate inequalities is what I say. If you have a different way, then as long as you show work, we're good. -3 plus 4 is 1. 4 is gone. M is left. I would definitely flip this to show the variable on the left side. On this one, all I have to do is add 4. The steps are the same, actually. Solving this one, I added 4. Solving the second inequality, I add 4. -1 plus 4 is 3. The end result isn't the same, but the step for solving, or steps, if there's more than one step, is the same. So on this one, mark 0. You have positive numbers here. Mark 1 and mark at 3. At 1, you should have a shaded circle pointing right. At 3, you should have an open circle pointing left. Remember, that is pointing right because it's from 1 because it's greater than. At 1, it's greater than. And at 3, it's less than. So that's why it's pointing right from 1 and left from 3. The next one's already split into two separate problems, so I'm just going to start solving. Subtract 2 on this first one. 3t is less than -9. Divide by 3. T is less than -3. And then, or this, right, I'm going to subtract 5 and get rid of that. And then -4t is less than 1 minus 5 is -4. Here I'm going to divide by -4. And remember, when I do that, I better remember to flip the symbol. If I divide both sides by a negative number, I got to flip the symbol. So t is, again, don't forget to flip. You divide both sides by a negative number, like here. Flip it. -4 divided by -4 is 1. So I'm ready to graph this. Here's my answer, right? I'll just leave it like that. It's this or that. At -3, open circle, point left. At 1, open circle, point right. Remember, it's at -3, it's less than. At +1, it's greater than. That's why I point in those directions, because it tells me how the variable relates to those numbers. Next one, I want to split that into two separate inequalities, right? So I'm just circling them right now. The first one is, or I'm just going to write the second one. The second one is 3y minus 4 is less than 14. The first one is 2 is less than 3y minus 4. Remember, when I solve these, I'm going to end up with the same steps for solving. I'm going to add 4 on this one. So 2 plus 4 is 6. Now I'm going to divide by 3. And I get 2 is less than y, and I am going to want to flip that to make it y is greater than 2. It always was y is greater than 2. I want my variable on the left side. And then this one here, add 4. First step, bring down the 3y. 14 plus 4 is 18. My next step, I'm going to divide by 3 to get y is less than 6. So I have my compound inequality. It most likely, since it was written that way, is going to be and. Once I graph it, I'll see whether or not it even is possible to be both. But let's see here, 0, 2, and 6. Y is greater than 2, that's going to be an open circle pointing right. Y is less than 6, that's going to be an open circle pointing left. And you can see why the word and makes sense here, because the number has to be more than 2 and less than 6, which is totally possible. These are already split up into 2 separate inequalities. Oh dang it guys, I'm just going to slide that back onto the screen. Sorry that it was off screen, but I just got to keep rolling with this. The video is getting too long. So I'm going to subtract 7 to start solving this one. Bring down the negative 2y. 1 minus 7 is negative 6. Divide by negative 2. And when you do that, you better make sure you flip the symbol. If you divide both sides by a negative number like this one, negative number divided by a negative number is positive. And there's that. And then on the other side here, subtract 3, first step. Bring down the 4y. Negative 5 minus 3 is negative 8. Next step is going to be to divide by 4. And don't flip the symbol because you're dividing by a positive 4. Negative 8 divided by 4 is negative 2. Again, the 8's negative, but you divide both sides by a positive number. Don't flip the symbol. It had the word or to begin with, so it should continue to have the word or at the end. Now, graphing this, guys, I have a positive 3 and a negative 2. At positive 3, y is greater than 3. That's an open circle. Point right. At negative 2, it's less than or equal. That's a shaded circle, but less than points left. So again, the word or makes sense on this one because the number can either be less than or equal to negative 2 or greater than 3, right? It can't be both of those things. One number can't be both less than negative 2 and greater than 3. Let me just get into these last couple problems for this video, for this note set. Let's see here. Let me split this one up. Remember, take the middle part with the left side. So negative 3 is less than 2x minus 1. And then take the middle part with the right side. Remember, the middle part is the part that's between the 2 inequality symbols. Here's my inequality symbols. Right, these two, and the part that's between them is the middle, 2x minus 1. So take the middle with the left side, you have one of your inequalities. And then take the middle with the right side, and you have your other inequality. 2x minus 1 is less than or equal to 7. Now I'm going to solve these. Same steps for solving. Add 1. Negative 3 plus 1 is 2. Bring that down. Divide by 2, and you have 1 is less than x, which is aka x is greater than 1. On this one, it's the same steps. I'm still going to add 1 and divide by 2, but I will not get the same final result. So add 1. 7 plus 1 is 8. Next step, I'm going to divide by 2. And again, no symbol flipping on this one. 8 divided by 2 is 4. We're dividing by positive numbers, so no symbol flipping. We're dividing by a positive 2. This one should use the word and if it's consistent with the other ones we've done. And then a quick graph on this one, plot 0. My numbers are both positive actually. So x is greater than 1, open circle, point right. X is less than or equal to 4, shaded circle, point left. So again, it's just graphing where they overlap normally if it has the word and, or if it's a full-blown compound inequality like that. Just graphing where they overlap. So this last one is, it's already separate, so I'm just going to start solving. Subtract 3 on this one. And, oh, wait a second, guys. Oh, wait, it's similar, but not identical to a previous one. So we'll move forward with this. Subtract 3. And after you subtract 3 here, bring down the 4v. And negative 5 minus 3 is negative 8. Divide both sides by 4. And you will get v is less than negative 2. Don't flip the symbol there. on this one, subtract 7, get negative 2v by itself. 1 minus 7 is negative 6. And one more step here, divide by negative 2. Bring down the v. If you divide by a negative, don't forget to flip that. And negative 6 divided by negative 2 is positive 3. Remember, this one had or to begin with, so it should have or at the end. And then a graph to go with this one is number line, plot 0, plot negative 2, plot 3. V is less than negative 2, open circle, point left. V is greater than 3, open circle, point right. And that is about it, guys. Check it out. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for having a look.